Hello everyone, this is an update of my fat loss journey for July. July is a special month for me because it's my birthday on July 25th. I'm gonna turn 41, so definitely on my 40s, and doing this fat loss journey it's a big learning experience. Actually, I just weighed myself, and right now it's around I think it's 1:30 in the afternoon. Haven't eaten anything, just coffee. Today I weigh 195.7. So on my last DEXA scan, I was 192, meaning that I've gained weight. Now that could be just water, or it could be just undigested food, because yesterday was the 4th of July and I ate a lot. I've been eating too many sweets this month, and so no DEXA scan this month because I kind of got the idea of what's happening. So basically, I am losing weight. I'm losing lean tissue, but I'm also gaining fat in some areas, and that happens when I eat too many sweets. All right, so I'm glad to say that my upper body is getting leaner, but my lower body, like my butt and my legs, they gain fat when I eat too many carbohydrates. And actually, to be fair, it's not the carbohydrates, it's the type of carbohydrates that make me gain fat. High glycemic carbohydrates are the ones that spike insulin, and when insulin spikes, that's when you store more fat. Sometimes I'm like, I just want to eat something just because it tastes good, but it's okay because it's a learning experience. And as a disclaimer, I'm not saying people should do what I do. I'm not saying you're gonna get the same results with using Doug Brignole's workouts. You might get way better results than me. Remember, I'm turning 41, meaning that I've spent 40 years of my life eating a certain way, and a few months changing my diet. I've never done this before, so my body's getting used to the way I'm eating, the way I'm working out, and also I've been using only the exercises recommended by Doug Brignole. Before, I used to use used to do bench presses, squats, and actually, let me show you. Before I used to do squats, I was heavier. In this video, basically, you're seeing me doing the squats with 225. My form is not great. I'm definitely heavier. I was worried more about how much can I lift, and my diet wasn't that good. So this is what I used to do. It's easy to get discouraged if you don't see progress fast enough. But we want to stay motivated, and the key to all this is consistency. That's what I hear, consistency, keep going. Over time, things improve and things change. I spent 40 years of my life just eating bad food, maybe not bad food, but eating it not the correct way. So now I'm changing this, and my body is probably saying, okay, is this guy gonna change this permanently, or is this just a passing thing? So things are changing. And like I said, whatever I do, if you did the same, you might get less results, or you might get even better results. It all depends on you, your experience, your genetics. So this journey is very personal. So if you're a person who's watching me and getting inspired, and all I have to say to you is, keep going, don't give up. I've been going on this fat loss journey since February. So since July, almost 5 months. In this 5 months, I've learned, I've lost fat, I've gained fat. My strength has stayed the same because I'm still pretty much lifting the same, and actually doing more reps with the same weights that I used to do. For example, for the chest, I'm doing 20 reps with 40-pound dumbbells, 15 reps with 45-pound dumbbells. It goes up and down, but my strength pretty much stays the same. So if I'm losing in my DEXA scan, if I am losing lean tissue, my strength, I'm not losing strength. So it's interesting to see. But I'm still gaining fat in some areas. Why is that? It's because of my insulin. I'm spiking the insulin by eating high glycemic foods like candies, ice cream. I eat it once in a while, but basically what I'm doing is I'm giving my body mixed messages. I'm telling my body, I am going to reduce my calories, but at the same time, I spike my insulin, trigger the fat accumulation hormone, and then basically I gained some, and then I stayed the same. But at least now I know that this is happening. Before I just didn't know. That's why I got really heavy in the past. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna focus on eating low glycemic carbohydrates. I'm gonna eat moderate amounts of protein, and actually I'm gonna let Doug explain to you how insulin affects the body. So I'm gonna play some parts of the nutrition part of the Build and Burn program. These are just little clips to help with what I'm talking about.
The important thing is that carbs will boost your insulin production and fats don't, right? So the reason that is interesting and complex and worth knowing is because you might actually find that you're having a hard time losing fat, even though you've reduced calories. And that's because as you've reduced your calories coming from fatty sources, you're still eating potatoes and rice and crackers, right? And you have an insulin rise from those foods. An insulin rise interferes with fat loss, assists in more fat retention. Insulin is a mechanism that hormonally causes you to keep or gain more fat that isn't related to the number of calories you're eating. Once you make sure you're eating only low glycemic carbohydrates, then it just becomes a math equation. Okay, so now I cannot blame insulin for retaining the body fat that I want to lose. So what's left? Calories. Using a diet that reduces calories by way of reducing dietary fat makes it easier to calculate the progress of the calorie reduction along with the fat loss. Before, without having known about the glycemic factor in carbohydrates, it wasn't only about calories. I could actually be reducing my calories and still not be losing the fat because I was eating the wrong kind of carbohydrate.
So to lose fat, I need to focus on eating low glycemic carbohydrates. If I eat some high glycemic carbohydrates once in a while, at least I know what that's going to do to my body. It's going to trigger the fat storing mechanism. But what about protein? How much should I eat? Let's see what Doug has to say about this.
I used to eat a lot of protein food because, again, I was exposed to the same stuff you were, and I was told that we needed to eat a lot of protein. And when I switched from high protein to moderate protein, I saw no change in muscle development and no change in muscle strength. Do your own experiment. Find out what it's like to eat high protein versus what it's like to eat moderate protein in terms of what it does to your body weight and your strength and your muscle development. I tend to recommend 1 gram per kilo of body weight, 1 gram of protein per 2 pounds of body weight. That means if I weigh 200 pounds, I try to get 100 grams of protein a day. I might get more. I might get 120, 130. By the way, there may be days when I only eat 80 grams of protein in a day. Should I worry about that? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Your body's not going to make any drastic changes in the way it looks just because one day you did something, right? It tends to be a pattern.
So this whole thing about losing weight, gaining muscle, staying fit, reaching your goals, is a matter of consistency. Just, don't give up, basically. There might be ups and downs. You might go backwards, but as long as you're heading towards your goal, I would suggest don't let obstacles get in your way. And Doug said one really cool thing about your fitness journey is more like if you're like a sailboat. Basically, wind can stop you a little bit, but it will not stop you completely unless you let it stop you.
Imagine that your body weight and your body fat and your muscle development is basically a sailboat, right? And you're moving on the ocean, right? And you've got a tailwind. It's pushing you forward, right? And all of a sudden, a headwind comes against your forward movement. It will not stop your forward movement. It's just one day. It's just one meal. You will still be moving forward. It takes a second gust of wind, a third gust of wind, a fourth gust of wind before your forward progress actually stops. Maybe a sixth, seventh, eighth gust of wind before you actually start backing up. So think of your body that way. Nothing happens all of a sudden. Whatever changes you make in your diet, in your protein intake, your carbohydrate intake, your calorie intake, it's not going to take a sudden effect. It's going to happen gradually over time. And that's why consistency is so important. You need to keep that thing going day in and day out for weeks and months at a time in order to get the result you want.
So there's obstacles along the way, but as long as you keep pushing forward, you're going to succeed. As for me, I don't know how long it's going to take. All I know is that it might take longer than 12 months. I'm learning more about this process, and I want to thank you for joining me in this and encouraging me as well. So I'm going to do more videos. I'm going to do more DEXA scans just to see how things are changing in different parts of my body. But for now, I'm going to leave you with this clip from a movie where there's this guy who's he has a goal. And his goal, you know, he's unstoppable. Some people are trying to stop him, but he won't give up. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.